What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ace Metaphor, and this is the Ace Metaphor podcast. Coming to you. I know it's been some time. I know y'all like where you been at, Ace. You know, let me get everybody set up real quick. And I think we Gucci. I think everything is good. All right, so let's get this going. I'm gonna be taking y'all questions. So if you are watching this, make sure you drop your questions below. We about to get right into it. The first message of the day is I don't care how good of a woman you think you are. You cannot love the toxicity out of that man. You cannot sacrifice more of yourself just so this man can try to find the peace within him. You cannot grown woman a man into not being a fuck boy no more. I need you to understand your limitations because when you start flirting with what you can and can't do for another person, that man has to want to be better for himself. That man has to want to be in a committed relationship for himself. He ain't gonna want to do it just because of you. How many men have you been a good woman to, and how many men still broke your heart because you thought that they would change for you? You cannot change this man into anybody he don't want to be. And here's the thing, he still got you in his lap being his toxic, narcissistic, unhealed self. What makes you think that eventually this man is going to change and be something better? Because even though he's being worse right now, you are still there. You are still there. You right there. One more time. You think this man is going to be better for you, but does he actually have a reason to? Everything he wants from you, his toxic, narcissistic self is getting currently. Everything you're saying, well, you need to change. For why? You still here, and I ain't changed not one bit. You still love me. You still are committed to me. You have still dropped all your options for me. You still busted wide open at night for me, and I ain't changed one lick. What makes you think that this man has the motivation to be better when your presence is there, whether he is or not? Whether he is or not, you still there. Whether he's a good catch or not, you still sacrificing. Well, I'm gonna leave him. How many times have you said you gone? I'm gonna leave him. I promise, Ace. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna leave him alone, Ace. I promise. How many times have you said that? I'm gonna leave. If you do this again, I will be here. And where you at? Still there. Sometimes you have to realize your limitation. You are not responsible for changing another human being. You are his wife or girl. No, no, no. Matter of fact, hopefully you're not his wife. God dang, I hope you ain't his wife. You are his girlfriend or trying to be his girlfriend, not his mother. And if you know you ain't trying to be this man's mother, then why the hell are you trying to raise him up from being the fuck boy that he is currently? Hear me out. Do you want to be this man's girl or are you trying to be his mother? You trying to be his wife or are you trying to be his therapist? You trying to be his supporter or are you trying to be his doctor? The first lesson to avoiding heartbreak in 2023 is to realize you cannot change these men. Find a man that is what you already know you want. You're not Geppetto. Every time you try to mold a man into something, don't you get dirty. Don't you feel used. Don't you feel drained. You like, well, he ain't got nothing in his cup, Ace. So you gonna pour more of you inside a cup that got a false bottom? No matter how much you reassure this man, he is still jealous. No matter how many pep talks you get his man, he still ain't got no ambitions. Oh, no ambition. No matter how much you try to tell him, I see the God in you, he still act like he from the devil. Point being is, when you gonna learn what everybody else see is true, that that man ain't enough man for you. He ain't. He ain't. And because that man ain't enough man for you, don't you start becoming the man in a relationship. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about, don't you start becoming the man in the relationship, quote unquote. Don't you start assuming the roles you thought you brought him in your life to fill. Don't you become more of the leader, more of the breadwinner, more of the person that's building and pouring into. Don't you feel like you're the provider and the protector in this relationship? Because you thought that finding a man that you thought that you can make any man until and hold on. You thought you can make any man into a man. And you found out the only man that's in this relationship right now, quote unquote, is you. And then this man got the nerve to call you masculine. Well, you gotta be. You got to be the one disciplining the relationship. You got to be the one grinding. You got to be the one assertive. You got to be the one making decisions because you didn't find a man you knew you could respect. Stop doing this to yourself. Stop doing that to him. If you know you can't be in a relationship and be that feminine version of a woman you claim you want to be, and this ain't for everybody, some of y'all don't want to be that. This is just follow me here. Then why are you with a man that doesn't bring that out of you? Why are you with a man that doesn't make you safe enough to live in your vulnerable space? Why are you with a man that you feel like it would be unwise to, quote unquote, submit to? My point is, some of you all are upset that you're getting exactly what the fuck you picked. You know this man does not have what you need. You know you want more. You know you feel unsatisfied. You know you feel like if you get with you stay with him every day after that, you will be settling. So instead of walking away from this man, what you do is you put on a tool belt and a construction hat and your steel-toe boots and you go to work on this nigga. You clocking in mad hours, son. Mad hours, son. You know what I'm saying? Mad hours, man. You up there hammering lessons into this nigga's head and he ain't listening. You up there trying to nail some ambition in his heart, but he ain't got it. You up there trying to concrete his morals so this man ain't cheating on you, but it don't set. My point is, are you trying to be this man's wife or are you trying to be Barbara the builder? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to have this conversation. Because right now I'm getting a little confused as to what the fuck is going on. I'm getting real confused. Because you'll say, Ace, I want a qualified man. Well, are those the type of men you choose to entertain? But I can make him qualified though. Huh? Life hack 2023. Only date men that meet your standards. Life hack, right? Life hack. If you feel like you have to change this man in order to be satisfied with the man that is not the man for you, you can't love the brokenness out of that man. And I want you to let that sit in your spirit. You cannot love the brokenness out of that man. The only thing you do is cut yourself in the process. It is okay to walk away from someone that's not serving you. It's okay to hang up the phone on someone that is abusing you. It is okay to not yoke yourself with a man that doesn't bring things to the table. It is okay for you not to continue to sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice for somebody that wouldn't sacrifice for you. It is okay that you have standards about what you deserve. And it is okay to look at a man and say, you can't for me. Sometimes you got to look that man right in his face and say, you can't love me properly. This doesn't mean he's unqualified to love her, 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 or dusty ass her over there. But for your ass, he don't speak in your language. He ain't measuring up for the expectations you have for your life and people entering your life. Most of these men in 2023 will make it seem like you have unreasonable expectations, like you looking for the unicorn of a man. No, most women I know are looking for a man that can come home every night and keep their dick in their pants and not embarrass them in the streets. Most women are looking for a man that can read on a 10th grade level, apply themselves, have work ethic, be able to bring something back to the house that matches what they're bringing. We're not talking about you're asking for an anomaly of a man. You're asking for a man that has integrity, that has a sense of spirituality, that knows God, that can relate to you on that level. You asking for a man that if he put a child in your baby, or if he put a child in your belly, would stay and raise them. We're not, ladies, you're not, listen, men be trying to gaslight y'all because there's men on the internet that will make it seem like you asking for too fucking much simply because you want a man, I don't know, that would take care of his child if he had one with you. A man that would get up, take his ass to work on a daily basis. A man that will be willing to spend quality time with you once or twice a week. A man that's thoughtful, that keeps up the same energy he brought in the beginning. You're not asking for too much. It's just most times niggas with not enough to give, they will try to chastise you for asking for something they know they ain't got. This is why they tell you, I just, you just ain't gonna never find a man like that. No, yes, you will. Yes, you will. Listen, I get it. Now, before I go forward, some of y'all, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Some of y'all do got some unreasonable ass expectations. Yeah, but that's not all of y'all. It's just very few. It's a loud vocal few. I mean, I be hearing some of these women on the internet, and they be the young girls too. They be the 21-year-olds. They don't even know what life is about yet. Yeah, he gotta make $172,000 a year, and his dick gotta vibrate when he fuck me. What? And he got to be able to dunk a basketball two at the same time. And he got to be a pastor's kid. And now, okay, all right, you need to do some reevaluating in your life. You. I just don't think that woman represents all women. Reason I say that is most women I know struggle, struggle to meet a man that barely meets reasonable adult standards for another person. Most women I know are struggling to meet a man that has some sense of education. Did you take some college courses? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you do? I mean, DeVry University, Phoenix Online, some. I mean, did you go to ICDC college? ICDC college. Say ICDC college. ICD. I mean, some like most women are struggling to find a man. I mean, damn. I mean, sometimes it be a struggle to find a man with a diploma, let alone a degree. We ain't a trade. Do you got a trade? You got associate's degree? Some fellas, 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 fellas. We not even talking about women asking for men with master's degrees and that are doctors. Brother, did you take some courses? Golly. a job, man. Job. Now, ladies, I got to talk to y'all real quick. I got to talk to y'all. Some of y'all, the reason some of these men feel like this is acceptable. I'm gonna say this one more time. And I know y'all about to click off this video because we about to talk about accountability. And I know how that feels. But some of y'all are part of the reason why some of these men think that bare minimum is enough for most women because y'all be accepting that shit from these men. You be making these men feel like they extra special even when they ain't bringing shit to the equation but dick. You know it. You know you unsettled and you done made this man feel like he God on earth when just because he show up and do the basic shit. Now, when he meets a woman that's qualified or he meets a woman with standards and he bringing that bare minimum effort, she like this ain't enough and he gonna call her high maintenance. You know why? Because compared to some of y'all thirsty asses, she is. I'ma say it. There are women sucking D from the back of deadbeats. This man ain't seen his kid since you've been dating this man, and you are still dating this man, and you wonder why men be feeling like you are acting for too much because some of your peers are dusty, lonely, and desperate. Yes, they don't mind effing homeless dick. They don't. They don't. Some of your girlfriends don't mind putting up with subpar treatment and community dick. They don't. So when you meet a man, yes, he is genuinely shocked when you have standards. Because for every one of you that has standards, it's four that don't. It's three women that's 30 something and they feel like their clock is ticking. It's a woman or two that's been broken so bad from a relationship, all she feels like is dusty ass men is what she deserves. What I'm trying to tell you is, I know y'all be wondering, why the hell do men think this is okay? Because it's been okay with the three or four women before you. That's why. Hey, that ain't right. You right. That ain't fair. You right. You right. But I'm just saying, let's not act shocked and all confused when men are routinely doing what has been routinely tolerated, excused, and embraced from other women who ain't got the same standards as you. I'm going to tell you one thing. For every woman out here trying to make a man wait, there's three or four women that don't. Mm-mm. Wait for what? Wait. You ain't got to wait over here. Over here. Point being, in a perfect world, men would have their shit together. In a perfect world, he'll come matching your energy from the beginning. In a perfect world, men as a whole, especially black men, we'll take our education more seriously. We'll take our grind more seriously. We'll take saving and preparing our nest more seriously. But this world ain't perfect. And sometimes, ooh, I'm about to say something and I just hate saying this. Y'all just gonna have to let me get this off. Especially for black men. There are average ass black men. You are average in every metric, in every sense of the word, compared to any other culture. You are average. But you walk around like you God's gift to black women simply because you can read a book and you got a job. Sometimes my heart go out to y'all. My heart go out to y'all because y'all be putting up with it. This man literally walks around like he's God gift to black women because he makes $62,000 a year. And he got a trade and he ain't got no felonies. And y'all be like, he a shit. Girl, yeah. Average. You know what? I don't want to rub it in. I apologize, ladies. I do not want to get unfollowed today. I apologize. I'm sorry for bringing this up. This is wrong of me. All right. I apologize. I am sorry. I am sorry. Do not unfollow me today. But one more thing. All right. This is putting alcohol, this is putting salt in the wound. It's so bad that you have above average, super qualified black women competing for average black men. That's why I said we have to do better as men. We have to do better as men. And ladies, I'm about to get to y'all too before I get to these questions because y'all not about to be off the hook neither. You are not off the hook, but we have to do better as men, giving our black women a better option, better options. It shouldn't feel like you're picking from survival of the unfittest. Who's less fucked up. It shouldn't feel that way. And regardless of what we think our reality is, because a lot of black men say, well, women are making this up. But it seems like in large, black women have the same complaint of lack of quality options. So what I'm trying to say is, why don't we be better for women? That's all I'm saying. Now, ladies, get on y'all asses too. And then I'm gonna move on to y'all questions. So if you are on Facebook, start dropping your questions, or you on Instagram, whatever, drop your questions. But I gotta get out. I gotta get out to y'all. Black women, come here, come here. Women in general, but specifically black women, come here, come here, come here, come here. Not you, Toby. Look, 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 look at the. I'm not. I was talking to the ladies on the live. I was not talking to you, buddy. I was not talking to you. All right, go ahead. Go do something. Go do something with your life. Listen to me. Just because you have a good job does not mean you are a good woman. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Just because you have a job, a car, and good credit, just because you have a degree or two or letters in your name and your Instagram bio does not mean you are a good woman. Or that you're going to be a good wife. That you're a good person. You can be a horrible person and make money. You can be a woman that don't know nothing about how to function in a relationship and still have your master's degree. You can have those letters by your name, but guess what's not by your name? Wife. What I'm trying to say is humble yourself a little bit. You walk around with this air like you better than every fucking body simply because you can spell big words. All right, I get it. You educated, but can you relate to me? I get it. You can be focused and you driven. But can you be a companion? Can you be a partner? Can you be evenly yoked inside this relationship? Or is it always about you? Or do you minimize me because you feel like you better at life than me? What happened to us being humans? What happened to us being able to relate? You think you're a good woman simply because you got a degree? I'm trying to see what degree your heart is at, your head is on. I want to see what your relationship with God is like. Do you have a joke? Do you make me laugh? Can we kick it? Can we vibe? Or are our conversations dry? You keep thinking men are passing up on you simply because you got a car and a crib. No, you fucking boring. You boring. You're intolerable. Nobody like you. You antisocial. You a little weird. Point being is, quit thinking those accolades equate to being desirable by the opposite sex. You're gonna fall into the same trap men have been falling into for all of humanity, thinking that money defines them. Your money don't define you, and y'all be broke for real. Real talk, real talk. Yes, you educated, you got a degree or two, but you $150,000 in debt, and girl, you make $42,000 a year. Shut the fuck up. Talk about you better than people. Oh my god! Listen, one thing I will say, and I'm gonna side with the alpha males on this one. It's like you did all this grinding to set yourself up secularly just so you can feel like you better than men. that chose a blue collar lifestyle. Talking about you a good woman because you can read, spell big words. Good woman, Ace. I get it. You can read. And this, listen, ladies, this is not this is not me minimizing your accomplishments, but it is me saying simply, when it comes to dating, you can't hide behind your accomplishments. And you can't keep blaming your accomplishments as the reason why men don't want you. I know some amazing women that got good hearts. They know how to pour into a relationship. They know how to put family first. They know how and when and to locate men and how to be companions and partners inside that relationship. They also happen to have a degree. They also happen to be a doctor. They also happen to be this. My point is those letters by your name your whole identity? Or is it just part of it? And if it's just part of it, let me see who your real you is. And I'm gonna tell you this, coming from a man that probably has a lot more money than you. If anything, being quote unquote secularly successful makes it harder for you to relate to people. It makes it harder for you to see the person in the person you're talking to. It makes it harder for you to remain humble. You got to wake up every single day and you got to say, how much money I have does not define me. And it doesn't excuse poor behavior. It doesn't give me the green light to interfere in other people's lives because I want them on my level. It doesn't give me the right to minimize and make other people feel small simply because right now I'm up and I'm shining. But some of y'all, keywords, some of y'all think it do. And this is why people don't want to fuck with you. But that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. And you know what I love, ladies, about doing this? You know why I love going live? Let me tell you why I love going live. Because there are people in the comment section that will try to disqualify everything I just said, even though I use the word some a lot. They're gonna be like, well, I don't do it, so that's not true. Not me. So whatever you saying is not true. What I'm saying is just like we were able, I talked to men about being better. Y'all heard me for about 15 minutes get on men and say, men, I need you to be better. You heard that from my mouth for 15 minutes. And y'all was, yes, yes, Ace. Tell these dusty ass men. Yeah, Ace. Yeah. Yeah, for 15 minutes. And then I said, hold on. In the middle of that, I said, ladies, I'm gonna get on y'all too. Didn't I say that? And so now that I'm getting on y'all, don't be like, ugh, everything you saying is just lies. Why are we listening to this man? 15 minutes ago, you was just giving me my flowers. 15 minutes ago. Why are y'all doing me like y'all so fickle? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's get to some questions. If you if you are on, all right, let me see where I'm gonna take the question for first. If you are on let's go to TikTok. TikTok, if you got a question, drop it below. I'm gonna answer your question. You got a question, drop it up below. I'm gonna go with TikTok first. I'm gonna get one from TikTok. I'm gonna get one from Instagram. I'm gonna get one from Facebook. So if you have a question, drop drop it below. Now, while y'all dropping these questions, I want you to understand. I'm not trying to shade you. Not trying to paint all women with a broad stroke. What I am simply saying is when you are a successful woman, dating will be harder for you. You and I both know it. At some point, you reach rare air where there's very few people breathing the same that you are. There are very few people as comfortable in life that you are. There's very few people who've had the opportunities and taken advantage of them the same way you did. And so what I'm saying is, that in itself is difficult. It's difficult not having normal people, quote, unquote, "to relate to." We all know that. But it's even more difficult when you also are a dick. When you fucking got a bad person, like, you can't have both, bro. Like, I think the more successful you become, the more humble you have to become. Otherwise, you're gonna f life is lonely. And keep thinking that everyone has your skill set. Keep thinking that there are so many people like you, and that everybody should be able to do what you accomplished. That is not true. That's the one thing I had to learn in this life and in this journey is that I cannot keep placing my expectations of myself on other people. I can't say, "Well, I did it, you should be able to do it." How unfucking fair is that, man? I I listen, God has blessed me in so many ways. Even what I've gotten isn't of my own doing. And even the things that I had a part in is because he blessed it and he made it happen. This ain't even me. And when I'm bragging about what I did, what it's actually doing is taking credit from him. Let me tell you something. There are people that get on this internet and tell broke people to work harder. Your problem is because you don't work hard. Everyday people are working hard and barely making it. There are people that work so much harder than I do, but the fruits are different. What I look like saying that I'm a better person than them simply because the way in which I chose to work, I was blessed to be able to cultivate something, but it's the same work, same work. It just so happened that when I went left instead of right, that happened to be the right step, but this ain't because of me. And what I'm saying is some of y'all get a little bit of money and you think you better than somebody. You think you figured some stuff out that nobody else figured out. No, it just so happened you got blessed in a way in which resulted in you having financial comfortability. That does not make you a better person than nobody. That don't make you more of a qualified person than nobody. That don't mean you got more wisdom. That don't mean you smarter. It just means you so happen to be blessed in this. And I'm not taking away your work. But what I'm saying is most people work. You know how many smart people right now struggling to pay their bills? You know how many people that's living on this earth right now that barely got $200 in their bank account, and you think you better than somebody simply because you happen to make some better decisions or some decisions that got blessed a little bit easier? Stop that, man. That part gets on my nerves. And listen, I'm gonna say this one more time. Y'all don't even be bragging about a lot of money. That's the part that really killed me. Like you be bragging about you make an extra $1,000 a month than other people, an extra $2,000. You take an extra trip or 2 a year. You drive a slightly newer car. You got an extra bedroom in your house, and you think that makes you better than somebody else? I'm about to move on to these questions, but I don't like that. I do not like that. I do not like that. I do not like that, man. I do not like that. That makes me mad. Anyway, anyway, I've been on here 34 minutes. Imma go to some of y'all questions real quick. Imma go to some of y'all questions. What'd I say? I was gonna go to, TikTok first. Alright, here's our first question. For us women, what can we do to be more confident and not accept breadcrumbs? Alright, alright. Let's take the more confident part out. We're not gonna address the more confident part first. We're gonna address the breadcrumbing part first. Listen, somebody just asked me, "How can I not get breadcrumbed?" Here's the thing. If you're dealing with somebody that's used to breadcrumbing and proficient at breadcrumbing, then that just seems like a man being chivalrous. The whole idea of this breadcrumbing thing, matter of fact, before I speak, let's just so we all have we have the let's all have the same definition real quick. Breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing means someone leads another person on by dropping small tidbits of interest, such as social media interaction, casual messages, or brief phone calls. No commitment. They usually show interest in showing up, but have a fear of committed plans, mixed signals. They're scared of taking a relationship forward because they're afraid of being alone, ignoring calls and messages, not fluent with a response, no effort, shy away from effort, keeping options open. Y'all like these type of men. I'm about to make some. Y'all like these type of men. Hear me out. Hear me out. Be honest. The more available a man appears to be to you, the less interested typically you are to him. If in the beginning he is overly available, in the beginning he is over communicating with you, in the beginning, whatever you need, whatever you want on every beck and call, that doesn't excite you the same way a man that appears to be more busy does. Be honest, because you equate busy to maybe he's working, he's ambitious, he got other things to do. You equate the fact that you don't see him as much, sometimes subconsciously, as I have to try harder to compete for a man, because nobody wants somebody nobody else won't. So what I'm trying to say is breadcrumbing is only breadcrumbing when it's a nigga you don't like. Because if you like that man, bring me the crumbs. Now, I'm not saying you want to be breadcrumbed, but what I'm saying is those gestures, even to an intentional man, may be perceived as happening simply because your interest is at a level that's higher than his interest. Let me tell you something. If I'm not inconsistent, I just don't want to fucking talk to you as much as you want to talk to me. And what I'm saying is, for some women, that behavior excites them. That behavior attracts them more to that man. And if you say I'm lying, then why the hell are you still being breadcrumb? If you actually don't like it, not that you don't think you like it, but if you actually didn't like being breadcrumb and you wasn't attracted to that behavior and that behavior repelled you, you wouldn't be asking this question. The thing is, some of you all like being breadcrumbed. Yes, you don't want to be called breadcrumbed. You want to be called, well, I like a man that ain't too available. I like a man with a little mystery. I like a man that is a little busy. Some of y'all like that. And this is why you keep getting tricked in this cycle because there is a thin line between a man that's actually busy and a man pretending to be busy. Keep it a buck. If this man was really, really busy, you wouldn't mind that he only hit you up uh, once every few days in the beginning because you know he's busy. You wouldn't mind if this man was a doctor, you know his schedule was crazy. You wouldn't mind if y'all only went on one date a week. You wouldn't mind it with him. Matter of fact, that would excite you more than a man that's always available because that mean that man ain't got no motherfucking job. Point being, keep telling me you don't like being breadcrumb. Well, why you respond to it? Seriously though. Okay. No, but seriously. See, can we get serious for a second? No, no. I'ma stand 10 toes on this. I just hate when the internet learns new words. because while I do understand breadcrumbing, right? Oftentimes, people would use that word simply because a man just don't fuck with you like that. Like, it's not that I'm breadcrumbing you. It's just, listen, I don't really like you that much just yet for me to drop everything I'm doing to be in your favor, to drop everything I'm doing to be available for you. I like you enough to talk to you every once in a while. I do not like you enough just yet to talk to you on a daily basis. Ladies, some of you all are so used to men being overly thirsty that a man that is operating with his own boundaries in place, you appear or he appears to you like he's breadcrumbing. Now, I'm not saying that those breadcrumbers don't exist, but simply because this man don't wanna be available for you every waking call doesn't mean he's breadcrumbing you. Simply because this man doesn't yet know if he wants to commit to you, doesn't mean he's breadcrumbing you. This man just don't know if he wants to commit to you. It's just I think women are so used to the ball being in your court that these new men in 2023, these new niggas are confusing to you. Let me tell you something. We say and tell men, become more emotionally intelligent. We say that to men. And when they are waking up and becoming more emotionally intelligent and they're saying, yo, you got to earn me too. Now you're going to call him a narcissist. Ain't that crazy? We want man to be more healed and less desperate and more disciplined. Okay, well now I'm disciplined with my time and my resources, and I'm not going to give that to you automatically simply because I like you. Doesn't mean I don't like you, but my time, I'm gonna be disciplined with it. I can maybe kick it with you once or twice a week, once or twice every 2 weeks, because I'm disciplined. I got other things I'm working on. Man, he just don't want this for real. No, I mean we can't have it both ways. We can't shame men for not being emotionally intelligent, not going to therapy, not being healed, not having boundaries, but then label every man that has that as sassy, as a breadcrumber, as a gaslighter, as a waste timer, as a narcissist. We can't have it both ways. Now, this is not me excusing men that actually are those things. There are men that are actually these things. I'm just saying I don't believe these is all these men. I just believe sometimes you ain't getting what you want and you want to label niggas narcissists and stuff. I mean, golly. Alright, boy, and so but one more person called me a narcissist, Imma throw a fit. Imma throw a fit. Um, Imma throw a fit. Thank you for that question, though, I appreciate it, that was a good question. Alright, so I said I was gonna take a question, Imma take a question from Instagram. Instagram, y'all been dropping questions? If y'all been dropping questions, let me know. What about what about if he doesn't have a job and doesn't return phone calls or would ignore your messages a few times? He's been having a time. Listen, that man is the least of your problem. Hear me out. The woman asks, "What about a man that doesn't have a job and doesn't return your calls or would ignore your messages a few times?" You letting men without no job ghost you? No, come here. No, come here, come here. You stressing over a man that don't got no job. He got no job. And you wondering who he texting and why he ain't calling you back? Before we get to who he texting and why he ain't calling you back, we got to get to why are you entertaining men without jobs? He ain't got no job. He ain't got no job. If you ain't clocked into work today, tell him he can't clock into no coochie. This is the rule. Ladies, rules. Because here's the thing. What a man without a job is good for, let me tell you what they good for. Being at home all day rested. You know what rested men have? Active sperm. They for whatever reason, broke men without jobs are the most fertile men on earth. They got all day to be getting a nut all strong and frivolous. Trust me. And then what happens is you messing with men without jobs, which means you're gonna have a baby daddy without no job. That's what baby daddies without no job can't pay. Child support. And then here you are on the internet talking shit about your broke deadbeat guy that you knew he didn't have no job in the beginning. Ladies, before you give men coochie, I need you to see 3 years of tax returns. 3 years. I need to see some W-2s, nigga. We need some W-2s. Bring the W-2s. Stop fucking broke men. Stop having sex with broke men. Stop giving ass to men without jobs. If he didn't clock in today, he can't clock in the coochie. Who raised you? Who raised you? I'm trying to heal the world. I'm trying to save the world one video at a time, one live at a time. I'm gonna reach you, ladies. I'm gonna be the uncle you never had. I mean, I mean, you will walk your ass straight past a homeless guy on the street. And he only asks for 2 cents. He like, hey man, you got some change? He got a little thing. He just wants you to put some change in there. You walk right past that man. But something about that man that ain't got no job made you say, let me give him some coochie? No, what a world we live in. What a world we live in. It's a wild world out here. It is a wild world out here. Wild world. Oh my goodness. Woo-wee. And somebody said, yeah, can I be real with y'all? Listen to any note. Can I be real with y'all though? I believe that there are some women that are actually just like we always talk about men being intimidated by strong women, are successful women, or women that are financially secure. Just like we always talk about men being intimidated by strong, successful women, there are women intimidated by emotionally available men. There are women that seek out men with infantile emotional bandwidth. You know why? Because those men don't challenge her in her department. Just like some men feel challenged by a woman that's succeeding secularly, there are women that feel challenged and small and minimized by a man that knows his emotions, that will not allow her tears to manipulate his decisions, that will not allow her to get him out her frame. And she knows that. So what she chooses is to find these boys emotionally, the men that have boyish emotions, that don't know how to verbalize themselves in arguments, that don't know how to fend for themselves when it comes to their emotions or their boundaries. They like those men because they allow her to run over them emotionally. Just like men, just like some men are intimidated by women one more time. Just like there are some men that are intimidated by strong, successful, financially secure women, because those women need him to bring more to a table than just finances. There are women that's intimidated by emotionally intelligent men because he needs her to bring more to the table than her attempts to manipulate him and her attempt to be always the person that's in tune in a relationship because he's in tune too. So now he needs her to be more. And some women ain't got more to give. Some women are comfortable being the breadwinner when it comes to love and emotions in that family. And when that man is replacing your need to be the person that's as totally emotionally in tune with the family, then you feel unuseful. So just like it works both ways. And what I want y'all to understand is this is why I feel like a lot of women pick emotionally immature men. Because if you pick you a emotionally immature men, or my bad. If you pick you an emotionally immature man, then now you seem like you're always in the right. Now you the one winning every argument. Now you able to manipulate and get your way. But that don't work with a man that got emotional and he's in tune with his emotions. It don't work with a man that's self-disciplined and ain't gonna be moved off his square simply because you having a fit. Now, this ain't all women. I'm just saying that's why some of these women tend to pick men, they got their shit together emotionally. Because now you the bigger person in every argument. Now you the one everybody sympathize with. Because now you can go run to your girlfriend and tell her how he fucking up emotionally. But when you with a man whose emotions is as in tune as yours, now you wanna knock him down a notch and call him sassy. Just like men who are intimidated by a woman's money will knock her down by calling her masculine. Two sides to the same motherfucking coin. I'm getting sick of it always being one side and not the other. And if y'all think that if y'all saying, "Well, no, Ace, we really want these why aren't you picking them? Why aren't you picking them? Why do you make fun of men who are in tune with their emotions? You think other men are on the internet calling men sassy? No, sassy is the term women use to knock emotionally intelligent men down a peg or two. Just like y'all don't want to be called masculine simply because you got your money, men don't want to be called sassy simply because we emotionally intelligent. Well, ooh, I tell you, don't y'all love using that word? Don't y'all love using that word? And I got one more question. And my bad for whooping y'all ass today. I gotta leave y'all with something more positive. Um, I gotta leave y'all with something more positive. Ladies, okay, check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Okay, I didn't have nothing positive. I got some more ass whooping to give. Another pet peeve of mine, ladies. Nope. I'm gonna end with something positive. I don't feel like what I talked about the last couple points I made is the majority of women. I do feel like I'm talking to a segment of very vocal women, but I feel like the vast majority of people that are listening right now can't fully relate. The problem is some of you all are the type of woman I'm talking about, and the reason you can't relate is because you don't want to relate. You do not want to take the self accountability to be better. When we were talking about breadcrumbing, we can always villainize the person as breadcrumbing, and they deserve consequences for their behaviors. And I hope at some point they learn their lesson and they change. But it does not recuse you from the fact that you are following the breadcrumb trail. You fucking like the breadcrumbs, and you have to ask yourself, "What about me is so fucking breadcrumby?" Nigga, you eat so much crumbs, you look like you what's the cookie monster? You got crumbs all over yourself because you fucking love the crumbs. Some of y'all sucking dick for a little bit of attention, and you know you are. Some of you guys are forfeiting your morals just to get a man to text you back. The way some of you guys post on Instagram, and I get it, you wanna be sexually liberated, but is your reason because you think you look good, or are you hoping somebody DM you? And I'm not saying this is everybody, but I'm saying some of you guys will do so much just for a morsel of attention, depending on how much you like this man, and you wonder why you so lost in the woods, is because you can't stop following the bread trail. This is how what is it? What is the people, Hansel and Gretel, whatever their names is, that's how they got to the house. They kept eating the crumbs. Stop eating the crumbs. Stop. But you can't because you like it. You can't because you want to be validated by this man so fucking much. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong, but in your head, you want him to like you so bad that you will accept crumbs. So instead of asking, "Why is he breadcrumbing me?" ask, "Why am I accepting crumbs? What about me that's so fucking crummy? Why can't I get off my fucking hands and knees eating these crumbs?" Every time you eat that man's crumbs, I want you to see yourself for actually what you are doing. Look in the fucking mirror when you are responding to his crumbs. You get so excited when he finally texts you back, don't you? Keep it all the way a buck. You be happy as hell. Every time you get a message, you think it's him, and you be disappointed when it ain't. So every 3rd day when he finally texts you back, don't you get that endorphin hit? Don't you feel excited and giddy? It take him 3 days to respond to you. It takes you 3 seconds to respond to him because it makes you feel good. And I want you to ask yourself, "Why? Why does that little bit of attention from a man that ain't fucking thinking about you make you feel that fucking good?" Something in there. There's something in there. And until you figure out what's in there, you gonna still be on your hands and feet eating breadcrumbs, talking about you misled. "You misleading me." No, I'm just dropping the crumbs. You the one following them. And then y'all got the nerve to say, "Well, he be like" some of these men tell y'all right to y'all face he ain't looking for something serious. Right to your face, I ain't looking for something serious. What y'all do? I know he said he ain't looking for something serious, but type shit. Alright, I love you guys. Let me see. I love you guys. Imma let TikTok go first. Alright, peace out. I love you guys. If y'all want me to do this more, matter of fact, Imma do it live tomorrow, so make sure you turn on your post notifications so you can get this notification tomorrow. I love you guys. I will talk to you all later. Peace out.